When it comes to online gaming, how good you are at the actual game is only part of the equation. The other half of that equation is how good your internet connection is. You could be the best player in the world at a given game, but if you have a poor internet connection, you're going to fall flat on your face. Conversely, if you're terrible at a given game, but you have a really good internet connection, you may be able to hold your own. It goes without saying, I fall into that second category. So when talking about internet connections in the context of online gaming, the assumption has always been the faster the internet connection you have, the better your online gaming performance will be. In this episode from Network from Home, I'm going to be diving into this assumption, and I'm also going to be detailing some other factors that might be important. Hint, hint. So let's dive in. In the context of online gaming, what is considered a good internet connection? This is a question I wanted to answer, and when it comes along with the assumption of a faster internet connection means better internet performance, I wanted to see if there was a set bandwidth or internet speed number that is considered a good internet connection when it comes to online gaming. In looking at this question, I came across a very valuable resource. This was a minimum bandwidth requirement table that's been published by the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC. The FCC is responsible for writing standards and ensuring compliance by our internet service providers when it comes to internet performance. So who better to go to when looking for the minimum bandwidth requirements for online gaming? When I first looked at this table, I was shocked. As you can see here, the minimum bandwidth requirement for connecting a gaming console to the internet is 3 megabits per second, and the minimum bandwidth requirement for online multiplayer gaming is 4 megabits per second. Yes, you read that correctly. 4 megabits per second to perform online gaming. This is hardly any bandwidth at all, and just about every single internet connection I've ever seen provides at least this internet speed. And right away we can debunk that assumption that a faster internet connection yields better online gaming experience, because the bottom line is you really don't need a lot of bandwidth whatsoever. The truth is, when it comes to online gaming, there are other factors that are much more important. The factor I'm referring to here is ping. And for those of you not familiar, ping is a measure of latency or delay when it comes to your internet connection. In other words, ping is a measure of how long it takes to receive an answer back once you send information, in this case to a gaming server. So if you're in an online gaming session, you move your joystick, how quickly do you see your character or see your player move on your screen? If you have a high ping, there's a lot of delay or lag in your connection, and if you have low ping, there's hardly any delay at all. It's almost an instantaneous reaction. When you move your character, you see your character move on the screen. So it goes without saying we want to lower ping as much as possible when we're online gaming. The trouble with this is that a lot of this is out of your hands. The truth is, the quality of your internet service provider is the biggest contributor when it comes to your ping value. With that said, there are some things that you can do. For example, if when you're online gaming you connect to the internet with an Ethernet cable, this will have a lower ping value than if you're connecting to the internet over Wi-Fi. I've previously made another video detailing all the benefits of using an Ethernet cable when you're online gaming. So if you're curious in finding out more about that, I will link to that video up above. So if you want to find out what your ping value is, how do we go about determining that? Well, the easy answer there is to perform a speed test with your internet connection. All right, so let's go in here. Let's get to a speed test. We're going to Google speed test. We're going to look at the first option here. I'm currently connected to the internet with an Ethernet cable, so let's see what the ping values are. We're going to hit go and fire this off. We'll give it a few minutes to run here, and then I'll show you the values that you should be looking at. All right, here are the results, and the numbers we're looking at here, ping in milliseconds. The ones we're concerned with here, here's the download ping, 13 milliseconds. The upload ping is 35 milliseconds. Both of those factors are important when it comes to online gaming because you are uploading data to the game server and you're also downloading data from the game server on a consistent basis. Now that we have these ping values for my internet connection, how do we know if they're good or not? Well, I actually went to the Cox Internet Service Provider website. I did some searching around and I found that they actually publish different tiers of ping and they classify what's considered good ping and what's considered not so good ping. As you can see here in this chart, it looks like anything that's 50 milliseconds or below is good enough for competitive online gaming. So with this internet speed test that I performed, it looks like I'm in great shape from both a download and upload ping perspective. This is something you're going to want to evaluate in your home network. And as I mentioned before, you'll definitely want to be using an Ethernet cable when you're connecting to the internet and online gaming. This will minimize your ping value as much as possible, and it's really the only thing you can do, aside from changing internet service providers, to minimize your ping value. Just out of curiosity, when I ran this experiment, I also ran a speed test with a Wi-Fi internet connection to see what my ping values were. As you can see here, they're both still pretty good, but not nearly as good as the ping values when I'm using an Ethernet cable. It should be pretty clear to you by now, but the emphasis when it comes to online gaming is minimizing that ping value as much as possible. I can just about guarantee you have enough bandwidth for good online performance, so now we just need to focus on the latency and delay of that connection. If you have any questions about your internet connection when it comes to online gaming, please drop a comment below. If this information debunked that assumption that you previously held about internet speed and how it pertains to online gaming performance, please give this video a like. That way we can make sure other people have this same revelation as well. And lastly, if you like this content, you like these types of videos that I'm publishing, please come along for the ride and subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting out more content similar to this in the future, so I'm sure there'll be other items that you find just as useful. As always, thanks for checking out this episode from Network from Home, and we'll catch you on the next one.